Good day! Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Ischia Farms. I hope all things are well. At the end of the last episode, we had just finished harvesting. Let's go. Come on, baby. Whoa. We made it. We made it. We had just finished harvesting our new fields. We had just bought in 22, 23, and 24. So we got those harvested, and I tried my hand at pellets on a small scale. I want to say it didn't work very well, but I did lose a little bit of money. It wasn't too bad. I was able to, I think we lost about $1,000 or so. Now I did also have to buy a sell point. But, maybe I should shut that thing off, you think? Save a little fuel. So we need to get all of our fields harvested. Those bushes right there are in my way. It just blocks my view, something fierce. I don't know if there's anything I can do about it or not. Probably not. So there's our fields right over there. Okay, so we need, let's pull this map up. We need to get 7 and 8, which is now one field. We combined it into one, and 9 planted. We need to come over here and we need to plant 22, 23, and 24. So right now we have nothing in the ground. Not one thing. So we need to get all of that done. Now what I'm thinking about is I'm looking at this. I think maybe we should combine 22, 23, and 24. Make one decent sized field. It's not going to be, still not going to be massive. This farm is just not, it's just not massive. The map does not have giant fields. I think 26 is probably our biggest field. So I think let's do that. Let's go ahead. We'll make these into one. I don't think I have a plow. It won't take a lot. Do we need, it already needs lime. So if we got to lime it anyway, now's the time to go ahead and combine and make them into one. That way we don't have to lime twice. So that is the plan. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and go get ourselves a plow. Hop on in here, start her up. I think what we're going to go with is probably the same plow we used before. It is just, to me, that's the easiest plow, the best plow to use. If you're doing a massive field, it's not, maybe not it. I think it's, what, 6 meters or 9 meters? We'll find out soon enough. So, okay, I will see you at the store. And we have made it to the store. Let's pull on in the showroom. This is the plainest showroom I think I've ever seen. They've got no desk, no nothing. You just figure it out. Empty parking lot. All right. Okay, anywho, let's go down here and let's look for our plow. This guy right here. I mean, it is a 6 meter, but it just it makes life so much easier. Let's go ahead. Let's take this. I'll just leave it at the existing color. We don't really care. We're not going to have it long enough. Alright, that should do it. That should do it. Now, when I'm making a video, I try to show you guys as much as I possibly can about what's going on. But at the same time, I don't want to bore you with me spending 20 minutes driving up and down a field. If I was a little bit smarter, I could do a speedy or a time lapse. But I have not figured out how to make one of those with a nice intro of some music and go through. I am working on it. I've tried to con my children into helping me, but well, that has not worked out so well. They've got other things to do. They don't want to be messing around with the old man stuff. Okay, here are our fields, and all we should have to do is just right across here. Let's drop her down here. Drop it down. Now, I'll try not to get into what is not a field. What I do want to do. Let's go right there. Let's turn that on just to make sure that we're doing okay. Now allow to create fields, and I should be able to just zip across. Okay, turn that off. Now I always turn that allow to create fields off as soon as, well, I say always, but I think the last time I was using this I messed up and I didn't shut it off. And well, then I have to go back and try to fix things. Alright, let's allow to create fields. Let's lower it down. This should not take long at all. As far as combining fields go, this is one of the easiest I think I've done in Farm Sim. It is, it's pretty good, pretty gravy. I like it. There's no trees, there's no fences, there's no nothing that needs to be cut down here. I was talking about when I make the videos, I try to make them not boring. I don't want to show you things you guys don't want to see, but at the same time, I want to show you exactly what I'm doing so that you know. And hopefully I can show a few pointers, a few tips, something you don't know. I'm sure there are some of you guys out there who know by far more than I do, which is all right. Good. There's always somebody who knows more. Learn that. That's for sure. Okay, so we're going to try. Lower this guy down. Let's see if we can keep it pretty much right where we want it. And, oh, there it is. I think that turned out all right. It looks like it has always been there. Oh, raise the plow, man. Raise the plow. And all we need to do is this little piece right here. And these three fields will then be one. Sweet. Alright, so lower the plow, allow to create fields. And here we go. That is not going to take much. And just like that, let me get overhead. Scoot it up, nice and slow. I think one more. Oh, there it is. There it is. Beautiful-muss. Beautiful-muss. Raise it up. Come on, there we go. No, I didn't want to drop it. Corn found it. Pick it up. There we go. I think that is all we need this guy for. Let's go ahead and pull up our map just to make sure I didn't miss anything. And that looks like one field to me. Sweet. Alright, let's go over here to the garage, leased, and return. That was barely worth the rental cost. Now we need to figure out what we're going to use for seeders. I do not have anything. And I have one in mind. Before we go there, let's go ahead and pull this up. Now, over here to seeders. This is the guy we used last time. It was 3.6 meters, which is really not very big, but it did fertilizer, it did seed, and it was also a direct drill, which I prefer a direct drill. I think almost always will I use a direct drill. I think, whoa, that was the wrong button, as always. Okay, so we got that. That goes, that's just capacity. This guy here does everything we need. It's a direct drill, but it does not fertilize, which, I mean, I can live with that. And then we have this one, the Pronto, which is a little wider. It does 9 meters, what, 6 meters. So that's a little wider, but it's also quite a bit more expensive. And I don't know if it's too big, but I think for our limited funds, I think we should go with the Rapid A 600S. And then we can go through. Now, what is the... do I want to buy or do I just want to lease? Let's see. If we lease, we're talking $3,800 to lease it, right? And then we're going to have to do fertilizer. If we do this one, $53. So it's about $1,200. No, probably a good $1,000, $1,500, something like that. So which one do you think? 11. I know this one fast farms. I would assume this one fast farms. Let's go with the cheaper one. Let's do this one. Let's just lease it. Or do we want to buy? Lease. We're going to lease it. We don't have the cash to buy yet. So let's lease that. Get over to the store, pick it up, and let's start getting some crops in the ground. Then we got to figure out what we want. So now I have had a request for alfalfa, so I do know that is one thing that we are going to be popping into the ground is some alfalfa. Now, that being said, I have never planted alfalfa. I've never harvested. I have no idea what it's all about. But I think we can figure that out. Let me see if I can turn before... Oh, yeah, we got this. We got this. I see our seeder sitting over there just waiting on us. And look at that. We even have some seeds. I've only used this guy a couple of times. Let's hope our tractor is... oh, it seems to pull it. I'm saying it seems to pull it just fine. Of course, we haven't dropped it down or anything. But, no hill for a stepper, as they say. Okay, so I think I have at the farm, I've got some more seed. I don't want to, well, let's just go ahead and buy one. It's not worth driving all the way back there. Now, that is seed 1,000 for 900. Seed 18, it does not make any difference. Let's do that. We'll buy 2 of those. Okay, there we go. Turn this pig around. Turn around there, you beast. Yeah, this seems to pull it just fine. Empty, or not down at least. I think we're going to be okay. Let's see. What is 180 horsepower? Oh, yeah, we're golden. We've got that, right? Oh, well, no, we don't. It's not 180 horsepower. I think we're going to give it a shot anyway. We're going to see how it goes. So let me go ahead, get this filled up, and then we're going to head to one of our fields and get something planted. Well, I think I got a little bit ahead of myself. We need to lime our field, our new fields here. Where is that? There it is. Yeah, I think maybe we should do that before we plant. So I went ahead and I rented this guy. We have that little one that I was using, but that thing, it spreads it just too fast and we can't keep up with it. It's just too small. I think it only holds like 1,000 liters. And man, oh man, does that go quick when you're spreading lime. It just flies. So we have this guy. We're going to take it over there and see if we can get this field all limed up. Our planter, our seeder anyway, is sitting over there by the field waiting for us to show up and get it done. And we are on our way. Won't take us long to get there. Oh, turn out of the field. Don't want any farmers getting all ticked off at me. And just like that, we are on our way. I figure it should not take us too long. This field is not that big, even though we put 3 of them together. I still think it should go pretty good. And lime is going down a lot slower, which is very nice. Now I have a mod installed that I can control the rate at which it's applied, but the only problem I have is I have no idea how to change the rate. So whatever it's set at is whatever I got. I'm gonna have to figure out. If you guys know how to change that, please let me know. I'm gonna, when I get done, I'll get online and see what I can figure out, or read the mod description. Somewhere it's got to tell me how I can change that, but I have yet to figure that part out. But I do think that we're going to have plenty of lime in here to get this field done. That little spreader we had, it just threw it out there so quick. I don't know if it was the spreader being spreading it fast, or just that it was the small capacity. But it seemed like we went through 1,000 liters extremely quick, where this one is definitely going a lot slower. Well, I guess that is neither here nor there now. We are, let me just take this straight up here. Keep it all nice and square. Shut that bad boy off. Yeah, this shouldn't take us too long. And this is going to be our alfalfa field. And I'm still not sure what you do with alfalfa, but by golly, we're going to plant it and we can figure it out together. You probably already know. I do not. Either way, let's just get this thing done, get it over with, and move on to putting some crops in the ground. That's what I think. As I am spreading lime on this guy, these two fields in front of me are just calling our name, I think. I believe we are going to have to buy this section as well, just because it just looks like I got a little thin there. It looks like they should be involved in this field. Did I actually miss that? No, I guess I didn't. Okay, well, that's alright. No, don't do... Oh, I drove through their field. Now they're going to come hunting me down because I destroyed their crops. There we go. But yes, I do think... Here, let's shut this thing off for just a second. I think 20... Now, is that... oh, I have to buy the whole thing. But still, that's only... Well, then, if that's the case, this whole thing, all of these fields will be ours and will be one field, I do believe. That is the way to go eventually. But we also want to do the same thing with the fields that came with the map. Oh, I can't even remember what numbers they are right now off the top of my head. But that, I want to buy those and turn that into a pretty big field as well. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Alright, we made it. We made it. This is going pretty quick. We've got a few more passes, but not too bad. Alright, so we're going to put our head down and get to work. And just like that, here we go. What kind of stinks but is good is I did not even use 1,000 liters of lime, which means that the other spreader that we have that spreads lime and fertilizer would have worked, except I would have went through several thousand liters. I didn't even get 2 passes done on my other fields before I was out of lime. Oh, those are harvested. Okay, well that's okay. We can drive through this. It's been harvested. We're good. We are okay. We're going to take this up here to the store, and I want to unload it. We're just going to unload it up there. We won't need lime again, I don't think, until we combine some more fields, and then we will need a little bit. So I might as well just put it here and be done with it. And then we can actually get on to putting some crops in the ground. Finally. Whoosh. And here's we are. Let's open this bad boy up and let's give it a shot. This is not my usual planter for sure, but I think it will be just fine. Let's lower it down. Let's turn it on. Oops, sorry, I planted somebody else's field. Oopsie. I do not know if this fast farms. Let's try a little double tap. And it seems as though... Well, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what speed it is supposed to be planting at. And I do know that our tractor is a tad bit underpowered. So, if we can get 10, 11 mile an hour, I'm going to be okay with that. I think that will be just fine. And I do think this is going to be so much better than that. I think it was, what, a 3.4 meter or something like that. Might have even, yeah, I think it was something like that. Sometimes I have a hard time remembering all the details of the equipment that I used and didn't really care for. Trying to keep track of what I do like is difficult enough. This should go fairly quick, I hope. I mean, I don't think it's a massive field. It's not going to be huge amounts to do. Or not huge amounts of time, anyway. But we do have quite a few. Oh, shut that off. Sorry, Farmer Fred, whoever's field that is. I probably shouldn't have drove in it. Alright, turn. Come on. There we go. Back this pig up. Drop it down. And I'm not sure. I should probably run... I probably should have ran another headland across the bottom of that, to be honest. I don't think they're going to have any problem up here. I think it's all going to be back there. Now, I tried to fertilize our lime, that spot right there, like 3 times, and it wouldn't take. I don't know why, but it wouldn't. So, I didn't miss it. It just wouldn't go. Let's get that clarified right now. Alright, shut her off. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and run another one down here. You know, now I've changed my mind. That's how I roll. I change my mind a lot. So we're going to run one here, I think. Just so we have one. Turn, baby. Turn, turn, turn. Oh, yeah, not too bad at all. There we go. So we're going to run one more across here. Or run one, not one more. And then I'm going to run one more across the bottom. And I think we can set a worker free and see how they do. Sometimes they have issues when you're going in fields that you've created. When you combine fields, they have issues of boundaries that were there. But I don't think that's going to be a problem here, just because there was no, there's no fence or anything like that. That's when I think they have a bigger issue, is when there used to be hedges there, or solid hedges, or fence rows, things like that. But I think on this particular one, I think we are going to do just fine. So, alright, let's get this done and get a worker working. That's what I say. Alright, we've got the helper on the job, taking care of business. I think what I need to do is run over to the Fiat and get our fertilizer spreader hooked up. I do not know if we have any fertilizer, but if we do, awesome. If we don't, I think we'll also have to make a quick run to the store. And there she is. A pretty old thing. Let's hop on in. I do like the way this thing sounds. I do. If it just had a little bit more gumption, that might be good. Alright. Oh, I see it. I see it. Turn, 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 turn. Not quite turning enough, is it? There we got it. Alright. Let's take this guy and head back down to the field and see what we can do. Let's see. It looks good on the inside too. This thing is immaculate. Oh, I still need to move that. Move it or use it. Something, you know. Alright, we'll see you at the field. I have had a change of heart here. Let's go ahead and fertilize these fields over here before we ever plant them. And then we don't have to worry about them anymore. And I don't have to wait on my helper to get his work done. We can just go ahead and zip up and down our fields and get these taken care of. Now, I am noticing a small problem we have here. My fertilizer is not going down. Now, I installed the mod where you can change the rate at which your fertilizer is spread, and I have yet to figure out how to do that. I think that's why I use so much less lime on our new fields where we plowed and stuff, but I think I should probably go ahead and figure out how in the heck to change that. So let me do that before I sit here and fertilize all of my fields for free. I mean, that's nice, don't get me wrong, but I feel a little cheaty when it doesn't use any fertilizer at all. I don't think we want to play that way. If I want to cheat, you can just do anything when you cheat. And just like that, I figured it out. Well, here, let me show you real quick what I did. I just went to here. The second one from the right hand side, and it had the directions for everything. I didn't have to go Google it. I didn't have to spend an hour pushing buttons on my keyboard. I just scrolled down here, and there we go. So now I have increased this. I think that seems to be a better rate. If anything, that might be a little high, but I think we're fine. That'll make up for the freebie stuff we got on the other side of the field there. So we are going to zip up and down here, get this all wrapped up. It's actually kind of relaxing doing a little bit of fertilization. No fuss, no muss, no stress. Let me get this taken care of here, and then we should be able to head back down to our new field and get that one wrapped up as well. Swap places with our helper. Helper was having a little issue down here, so I decided that we would trade places. I'll leave them to the fertilization now, and I'll go ahead and take over this guy. It's looking like they did a pretty good job. I saw a few little holidays back behind me that we'll have to run through and knock off, but we can handle that. This tractor does okay with this. Nothing stellar. It definitely doesn't have too much power, but it does get the job done. Spin around. Come on, crank it. It takes off just a wee bit slow. That's kind of like me. I take off a little bit slow myself. Well, this is my first ever alfalfa field, and it's looking pretty darn good, if I might say so myself. You can see the little holidays up here, so let's take it off. We're already going in this direction. We might as well just hit it. Dink. And one more. Dink. Which means we will need to run over the rest of the field, but I think most of it should be pretty good. I think this was a little screwy just because of the angles on here. I think that is the reason that they have missed a few spots. That's alright. You can't get helpers that are as good as you. You can just get them to show up every day and do half of what they're supposed to. You should probably be happy. That's the way I try to look at it anyway. Turn, baby, turn. Come on. Yeah, a little slow, a little underpowered. I would really like to get a new tractor sometime soon. But tractors are expensive, especially good ones. They cost way too much money. Turn that off. Turn around. Come on, come on. There we go. Got one little spot here. Let's get this thing taken care of. Alright, we're going to wrap this up and then head down to our other fields and we can get them planted. I am not putting alfalfa in those. Right now, I am not sure what I am. Whoa, I wasn't supposed to be jumping out now. Right now, I am not sure what I am putting in those. But I think that's something that we can figure out relatively quickly. Just kind of scroll through and pick something. I do not want straw. I know that. I don't want any straw. So I think it will probably, maybe I could swap them around, switch them, do soybeans in the one I did canola in, and canola in the one I did soybeans. We'll look at the prices of stuff and see what price things are going for, and that way we can make a more educated decision. Alright, we're going to head down there, and then we will have to figure it out, won't we? Well, it says the helper has completed their task, but I can see right there the helper has not completed their task. Let's pull up the map and see if we can. Why does it always put me right here? I understand. There's grapes. I get it, but they always have to put me right there staring at the grapes. And we're looking for fertilization. Well, he did pretty good. It looks like he only missed that one spot. That's not too bad. Start the engine. Come on. Go, baby, go. Alright. I do like that they just jump right over to the next field. Well, at least right now. Until they jump over into the next field that I don't want them to jump over into. Which is usually the way that goes. It's great until you don't want them to do it. Come on. I feel like I could get out and kind of jog faster than this thing goes. Alright, I should quit complaining. Stop complaining about the darn Fiat. It is just fine. It's a good tractor for right around the yard. I think it's a pretty good tractor for that. But I don't think I'm going to keep it. I know Fiat is a big, there's a lot of people who are fans of the Fiat. I understand. I do. I see the charm in it. But at the same time, I see charm, but lack of horsepower, lack of speed. Okay, so let's go here. And what do we want to do? We're getting decent prices for oats, over 2,000. About the same as we're getting for canola. Now soybeans are going for a good chunk. Barley is still tanked. It is horrible. Woo! I won't be doing barley. No siree. I think we're just gonna stick with, right now I think we are. Let's just stick with canola and soybeans for this one. And then I think maybe the next one we will rent ourselves a planter, and if we do that, maybe we will do some sunflowers, or I wouldn't even be opposed to some corn. Let me know what you think. What should I be doing on the next run? Because this one we're trying to raise a bunch of cash to try to buy some new stuff. We've got nothing. I need a new tractor. I need a new truck. We need stuff. That's what we need. Alright, so let's lower it. We're going, wait, let's take a quick look here. I can't remember what I had. So 7 and 8 is going to be canola, and 9 is going to be soybeans. I do not like to plant the same crops back to back. I just think that that's bad for the fields, bad way to farm, bad thing to do. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to go here and go canola. Turn it on, and off we go. So this should be good and fertilized. I think once I get a headland around here, I can put the worker back in here, putting down some crops, and we'll grab the Fiat and fertilizer spreader and head back over to the new fields, and we can get those fertilized. And then we are going to be all planted. We might look at a contractor too. I'm not sure if we're going to have time today to do a contract. But we will just have to see. It just all depends on how long it takes to get this done. And it's going to take a few minutes, but they're not massive fields, but they're not a massive planter either. So, all right, let's get our headland done and get the worker set, and we'll move on. And the helper just left us just a little bit right here to finish up and call this our first alfalfa field is planted and first fertilization state is applied. Ta-da! Oh, that does not mean that I can throw the spreader around. Oopsie. There we go. Let's pick up that bad boy. We did pretty good. We ended up with 94 liters of fertilizer. Well, I guess fertilizer ends in fertilization. So we had just enough to do what we needed to do there. Makes me very, very happy. So I think we are going to take this back to the shop. I need a new tractor. Let's just look. What, even not small, but maybe medium. Something that does a little bit more. Oh, the Valja does 31. It doesn't have a lot of horsepower though. That's my problem, is I would like one that had enough horsepower to do everything. So I would like it at least to be 350. But see, that's only 270. You get into 350 and then I think you're out of my price range. Let's see, there's 280. That one goes up to, well, if I need 350, I'm in the wrong one. Medium tractor really only goes up to 300, which I guess is okay. If I bump into large tractors, so now we're shooting way up. That would be good, but that's 246,000. I have 247,000, but you know that I would have to go here. And that still doesn't. Ooh, that's nice looking though. That is nice looking. Anyway, maybe I'm jumping the gun. I gotta ponder that a little bit more. Something. Maybe a JCB? I'm not sure. I don't know if I want a JCB or not. Don't get me wrong, I like them. They're fast tractors. They are the opposite of this, but they generally do not have a lot of horsepower in them. Not that we need a whole bunch. Maybe I need to change my mindset a little bit. The only implement that I think we are going to need that would take 350 horses would be the pelletizer, and I really don't know that that's something I'm going to be doing anytime soon. If I had a tractor that pulled it and I was doing a small field, I could make money, then maybe. Zig through these trees here. But right now I don't own a tractor, and that's not the main reason to buy a tractor. It was for pellets. So alright, put this guy away. Come on, you slow and painful. That is backing up. Now I wonder if I actually changed that. I was trying to mess. I have a reverse speed limiter and I've never been able to adjust, and I was trying to play around with that. I'm not sure if I actually got it to work or if I didn't. Ah! Okay, shut that off. Let's go check on this guy. Look at that. He is rocking and rolling. That is our last strip. And then all fields are planted. All fields have first fertilization on them. We are rocking and rolling. And with that, I think that we are going to call it a day. Hey, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please let me know. Drop a like. If you didn't, let me know. Drop a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate all input. Thanks again. Have yourselves a great day, and see ya.